But in our case, the way we are doing it, the way we are saving the information, it's kind of tedious because we are creating variables again and again and again for single person. There are multiple variables. Okay, so if at this point you are wondering that this is not the right way to do it, then you are right. Your point on, you are right. There is actually a better way to do this, and that is using data structures. That's why we are in the first place interested to learn data structure. Okay, that's why. Now I think you are having a glimpse why we in the first place need data structure, why we cannot only deal with variables. So we will learn to improve this process. We will learn to implement data structure, the simple data structure, which is list, dictionary, tuples, and set. Okay, let's understand why would you need data structure in the first place, and let's conclude some point out of it. Because there are some shortcoming of data types. Data types like integer, float, string. These are the shortcoming which I discussed just just before. Okay, and you can only store a single data type in a variable in Python. So by this I mean, if you want to store name, then you can only store maybe Mukesh into it. Now you cannot store maybe 10 because it will throw some error. Okay, see name, and name is, and if also let's type, now it is saying tuple. It's no more a, maybe it's not int, it's not float. It's now, this thing is converted into tuple, and tuple is nothing but the data structure which is used in Python. So you cannot save two things to a variable at a one instance. Like you you cannot assign two memory location to a single variable at the same instance. You can, like, in a technical way you can interpret it like this. Suppose if a variable is of type string, then you only have string in it. If it is of type integer or float, then it only has integer or float in it. You do not have a variable where there is even a string type and an int type. Okay, you cannot do that. Then if you want to store more data, the number of variables that you need to create increases exponentially, which I discussed just before, which is again a problem to us. Okay, so I gave you the example. If you want to store the data of your class, you have to make like name variable for every student. Maybe there are 100 students, then 100 name variable, then 100 roll number variables. This is a very tedious task. That's why I told you that's why we are convinced to use data structure. Even for a small set of data information, you need to create so many variables. Like only for storing the class data, you are using tons of variables. So using the tons of variables means you're what we can interpret it like that. When you have good amount of data, then this process is unfit for the case. So even in the process of only storing your class data, you are using many variables. So what if you want to store maybe university data, the whole university data? So imagine how many variables will be there. So these are the problems with basic data types. Now that you know them, let's start with what is a data structure and what to do to fix these issues. Okay, so a data structure essentially have three major properties. Every data structure in Python must have the three major properties, and those three major properties like should go like this. Like data structure should provide an efficient mechanism for storing good amount of data. Data structure should let you do manipulations and perform operation on the data itself. You are having a data structure, you cannot maybe find out the names, or you cannot enter the names. So that data structure is nothing but garbage. Your data structure should somehow maintain the underlying relationship of data. Okay, the underlying relationship of data, by this I means it should provide effective mechanism for storing good amount of data, and it should let you manipulate and perform operation of data itself. Now, anytime you have these three properties available that represent your data structure in Python, then you can say yes, that's a data structure. That's a good data structure. So most common data structure in Python that are used a lot in data science are list, dictionary, tuple, and set. Okay, and in coming video we will go into how these list, dictionary, tuple, and set, which are the data structures of Python, works. So that's all for this video. We will see the application of data structure in next video.